What's up, guys? LD Moto back with you on the SYX-R build. Here's the plan. That other frame, it wasn't bad, but there was some little differences in it, and the rear swing arm bolt, the mounts on each end are a little bent. Instead of forcing it with that, I'm actually going to use this frame. It's set up a little bit better. The pegs are a lot better on this one. These mounts are a lot wider, and he really wants a rear foot brake, so we'll probably add that too. Yeah. See, these are just a little bit narrower. But yeah, I'm gonna probably use this one just kind of as a general mock-up, because I know I may have to cut this off. That's why I marked it already. And I might be able to use this one and just drill holes. And then for the front mount, I'll probably just attach something here for the front mount. But yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. I probably just jinxed myself. But yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it and go with what I think is gonna be the best. We might use that rear swing arm, but I don't know. The bushings that are in it are kind of wonky. We'll do a comparison. I might replace them if these are not any better in this one. But yeah, that shouldn't be hard. But yeah, I'm gonna probably start tearing into this and getting something done, because Liam's like, can I ride my dirt bike today? And I was like, well, if I get on it, we'll see what we can do. Excuse me, it's definitely not gonna be finished and painted. All right, so guys, I'm gonna get onto that. Let's see how much I can get done on the SYX-R build. And yeah, let's get this done. My son wants to ride, and let's see if we can get this thing to be a little competitor for a little while. But thanks for watching. Alrighty, I'm gonna start with removing the plastics and try and keep everything else on there, wheels, handlebars, and all that for the most part, so I can get the motor mocked in position, make sure it's in line with the rear sprocket. That should be the biggest thing, because then I can decide if I need to remove this piece out here or what, because the two bolts holes that I'll have to drill in the back of the mount here to hold it will be sufficient enough to test it. Should be, in theory. But if that works, then obviously I'm going to continue on and make the front mounts and all that good stuff. But yeah, all right. Wow, I just noticed this. The front end, I think they're just a little bit different too. Yeah, I believe they are, from that one to this one over here. Interesting. All right, yeah, so there's a few differences, but they do line up quite a bit. So all right, I'm gonna continue on with this. All right, so I got the motor out. Yeah, so eventually I'm gonna get a compression tester and test it out, see how bad it is, and try and find some rings for it if I can. If the sleeve's still good, we'll still use all that stuff again, but I'll try and keep this motor, together. And, maybe a future project or something, maybe a mini quad or something. I don't know, who knows? We'll figure out something for that. But yeah, the next step is I'm going to see if that motor fits in there. I mean, it should. I just hope I don't have to cut anything. Like I was saying earlier, hopefully I can just drill some holes and get it mounted up. But they look about the same. Let's see. Let's try a little comparison here. See if I mean, they look pretty close. I mean, I don't know. But this is what I was talking about before. See the peg mounts? They're just a little bit different. These are smaller on here. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get onto that, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit and show you the process of if I have to modify anything, or if I can just get away with drilling some holes or not. Yeah, probably not gonna be that simple. But yeah, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alrighty, I got the motor in there. I got the clamps on it. I measured the gap between this mount and the chain before I removed the other motor, and I just measured this one with this chain on here. Yes, cool. I didn't want to cut anything. That's awesome. But the only thing is, I'm gonna have to drill holes. That's not a big deal. I may add some mounts up here so it doesn't have like flex, because this is the side that's probably going to be pulling over here, and I don't want it to bend back here, so I'll probably add some mounts in here somewhere. But I may have to I'm probably gonna have to notch the frame just a little bit here. Hopefully not a whole lot, but we'll make it work. So that's probably about the only cutting I probably have to do for exhaust purposes. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I could think I could probably do is take the whole mount off and just move the motor back more, but I think it'd be easier just to notch that out. I'll have to mock it up with the exhaust and see what happens there. But I'm gonna get back onto this, see what else I can get done on this thing. But yeah, this looks promising. I think the hardest part probably about making this the SYX, I think the hardest part about going to be making this the SYX is making it look like the SYX, because obviously it's a KTM knockoff motor, it's a KTM frame. Everybody's like, well, that's actually just a KTM. I'm like, well, yes, but it's the heart of it and the originality of it is going to be that we wanted, you know, our own, you know, style of dirt bike. Anyways, but yeah, I'm going to get back onto this and continue on with trying to get this thing set up and interesting. But alrighty, we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Alrighty. Yeah, I got it mocked up a lot better than before. That one was just kind of get a general idea. But this one is much better, but there's some modifications. I was hoping it would be simple. I mean, it's still going to be simple, but I was hoping it was just like, oh, I can drill some holes and throw it on there. Nah, figures. But it's still fun. It's still interesting to me. I'm really looking forward to completing it. And I love motor swapping things. And yeah, it's cool. All right, but let me show you what I got so far. It's not right, and I'll show you what I actually have to cut and move a little bit just to make it right. Because there's some situations where it'd be kind of like the SYX a little bit. You know how when you can press the suspension, the chain would get tight and it have super slack in it. That's what I'm trying to avoid on this. But yeah, all right, here we are. You see, the first thing is the exhaust pipe kind of hits the frame a little bit there. All right, not a super big deal. I can notch that out a little bit. But the thing is, if I get over here, explain this a little, see a little better. The motor needs to come up and tilt down a little bit. So basically I have to take off these welded nuts here on the top and bottom so I can position it just right, and I may not have to do that. Not the worst. So hopefully I can just cut those off, position it to where I need to, and it should be a little bit better. And I got the exhaust kind of just marked up into place because this is where the other one was. You can see it was wearing right into the frame. Dang. Well, but yeah. So you get a general idea where I'm going with this. I have some paper in here to keep it from not sitting on there, but it's gonna move for sure. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna continue this on this video on till tomorrow. It's definitely gonna be in this video, but I'm gonna continue on that till tomorrow. I'm still just kind of messing with it and getting some ideas. So I'm probably going to pull the motor back out, obviously, and probably start cutting those off. I've been kind of mocking up the plastics a little bit. I may be able to get a few more of the SYX plastics on there because that's what Liam wants. And if I can do that for him, heck yeah, man. If it puts a smile on his face and he enjoys riding it again, he'll remember the power. But obviously this bike is going to be a little heavier because it's sturdier. But anyways, I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. Alrighty guys, this is where I'm at for right now. I did chop off the nuts that were in there that were in the way. It's all just kind of literally wired together, even the chain. But everything looks pretty darn good. Angle, everything. Obviously I'm going to have to adjust the chain a little bit and get that in the right position. But it's generally on there. This, I mean, I think it gives it a little bit more of an aggressive stance. Granted, nothing's mounted. I mean, and that's a giant orange gas tank. But they do sell other ones. I may look into that, and I don't think they're a whole lot. And see if we can make it work. The lines aren't horrible, as long as when I go for like final mounting, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm not going to drag this episodes of this out too much, but I think we're making big strides on this thing, and I thank you guys for watching. Stick around, please come back, because the next step is probably obviously just getting the motor fully mounted, chain properly set, and exhaust, and should be able to start it up. See how it shouldn't be bad. It's obviously, we know what it sounds like. It should run, that shouldn't be a problem. But getting it to where it can be rideable. So back here, I may have to add something for strength here. But I do like it how it's up a little higher. I don't know. I mean, the seat's kind of small. I may try the KTM seat. If anything, we'll just re-wrap the skin on it. But I don't know. I like how high it sits. It's just how short it is. Because if we use the KTM seat, we might be able to bring this back just a little bit. Alrighty, guys. Next day, back on the dirt bike build. Alright, for testing purposes, it's generally going to still look like the KTM. Whatever. Not a big deal. But I'm going to have to modify this to work properly, or take one of the other plastics I have and bob it, because it won't work with the exhaust. And the end tailpipe, it's going to look a little funky for now until I get some pieces to straighten that out. But I got this welded on there. Doesn't look horrible. Seems to be pretty strong. Got 2 holes drilled. Cut that off. So far, that's what I've done. The chain was all straight. It looked good. So now I'm just going to kind of clean it off. If I have any black, I'll probably just hit it so it doesn't rust, because if we get it together, he's going to probably want to ride it for a little while. Then I'm going to do a tear down. Then it's probably going to sit for a little while until we get the plastic situated, and we're probably going to do some sort of graphics kit. If we can get like the SYX-R graphics made or something, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. He's going to be home later. I'm going to get back onto this. Hopefully the rain holds off. I don't think it is. I think it's going to start raining. Maybe you can test it out. But I'm not going to press it. I want it to be good. So yeah, stick around and let's see if we can get this thing testable today. Alright guys, this is not finished. If you guys want to see it finished, please give this video a like, a share, anything. Help us out. Give us a little positive feedback, and we'll continue on with it. But right now, it's just a motor swap KTM. But there's some essence of the SYX still on there, for sure. Let me show you what's going on. But I'm about to start it up. I'm going to start it up, and this is probably going to be the end of this video. And yeah.
I'm going to pictures.
Yeah. Alright, I had to make a motor mount right there. And guess what that is? That is actually the original kickstand for the SYX. Cool. Not a big deal. Yeah, and that I don't know how I'm going to work that out, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, I got that welded on there. I'm probably going to have to notch just a little bit on the top because the carburetor's sitting on it just a little bit. Not a big deal. Exhaust is on there. This line right here is not bad, but I'm going to have to get some pipe, like I think I was saying that earlier, to get the exhaust in there correctly, because obviously he can't jump it like that and that looks ridiculous. But it's ready for a test. So give me a few minutes and I'm gonna set everything up and let's do a cold start. I mean, obviously it should start, but let's see how she runs and drives, especially because now it's got an actual air box. So all right, let's give me a few minutes and set this thing up. Alright, I'm going to turn the gas on, make sure there's nothing leaking first, and go from there. Don't see anything yet. Okay, so here we go. Choke it a little bit. think it likes the airbox very much. So I'm gonna adjust that. And the muffler is about to fall off too, so we'll see. Alright guys, granted it may still look like a KTM, but who cares now? The exhaust is kind of messing with it a little bit, so we gotta do a little bit more tuning on it, and I have some pieces for the exhaust to make that right. But you know, thanks for watching, and we're gonna get some plastics for this thing and make it look like the SYX. But we'll see you guys next time.